Baby, don't get too close to the fire. I might get burned a little, but I don't mind. I need your love. Baby, I need you.
I am sitting here with such a cool artist, y'all. Her name is Morgan Spears, and I am so glad you are here with me on Throwback Country.
Oh my gosh, it's an honor. Thank you for having me.
I'm telling you.
This is awesome.
It is awesome. I've been so excited about interviewing you. I've seen you. So here's the backstory. So 2 years ago, me and my cousin, we went to the Lorrie show in Hiawassee, Georgia.
Yes, I remember
up
that.
in the mountains.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, it was beautiful there, too.
oh yeah,
It was a beautiful
yes.
day.
And at the end of the show, we were on the front row. My cousin, because we live up there, she was like, "I got to talk to Morgan." And I said, "You know, the girl that sang with Lorrie?" She goes, "Yes. I want to know where she got her boots."
The popular question.
So she said so to you at the end of the show. She's bragging on your. I don't know if are those the new ones or?
These are my favorite boots. It
may have been
quite
those.
possibly,
Yeah.
highly was these. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious.
Boots are important.
They are. They make the outfit. They can make or break it.
Heck yeah.
For sure. So that's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
So that was. I don't guess. Did I meet you then?
No.
I was about to say.
No, that was 2021.
Yeah.
And
Jeez.
then, or what is this? 24. So it was 2020. It was October of 2022 because it was Fall Festival. And then me and Matt, when we interviewed Lorrie in Gainesville at the Boot Barn, the canceled show that was rescheduled.
Oh yeah, that was in November.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
And so we saw you there, and that's you opened up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That was
such a fun night.
Oh, it was a fun
Boot Barn
night.
Hall is a great venue.
Yes.
All their venues, because they have multiple.
They do.
Yeah.
And the sound in there is so good.
Oh,
they have a great
can't
sound.
beat it. Yeah, I agree.
So, but anyway, so let's get right into it. Morgan is she travels and tours with Lorrie Morgan, Grand Ole Opry member, and she's a singer-songwriter. Her husband is a singer-songwriter too, right?
Phenomenal.
Yep.
Yes.
And what's his name?
Hayden Spears.
Hayden.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so, but you are on the road nationwide with the Lorrie Morgan. So I've heard you tell the story.
It's crazy.
Tell us, the people listening and watching, how you met Lorrie. It was in Texas, right?
It was in Texas, yes,
yeah.
which is where I'm from.
Such a good story.
It's just one of those literal God story. You can't explain it any other way. But I grew up in a tiny town called Merkel, Texas. And if you're familiar with Texas at all, if you round up, it's pretty much Abilene. So way out west, right beside Abilene. Anyways, but my husband and I, we went to a music college in Levelland, Texas, called South Plains College, which is where we met. And so through that program, our instructors would let us, come and play on some gigs with them and kind of get, around the Lubbock area.
Yeah.
So we had different bands and stuff. And so
was it country at this time? Like your instructors, like when you get to go
it's
play?
a little bit of everything,
Okay.
which is what was awesome.
That's
like
cool.
I was in a funk band, I was in a
What?
Yes, they have everything.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a hidden gem. I tried to live it up as much as possible, but yeah, some of the bands and ensembles that we did got to go play the local theater there, which is called the Cactus Theater.
Yep.
So I got to know the owner and everything.
Oh, cool.
So after a few years, playing around the area, he got my contact and he started having me come open for a lot of the artists that would come into town. And so he called me, and I have to tell you this because it's almost like a testimony too at this point, because I was on my way to a 4-hour-long gig, one of those gigs that you're kind of just, they called you background noise, not even music, you're background noise, and no one's listening. It's middle of the day, one of those lunch show things, and been doing it. I was, at that point, had traveled all over the state, all over the southern part of the country too, just me and my guitar, setting my own gear up, everything.
Oh, wow.
So, after a while doing that, and it doesn't seem like anybody's really listening, and specifically this gig, doing 4 hours of that again, I was on my way to it that day, and I was like, God, if this is not what you want me to do, like, just tell me. I don't know if I can put myself through this. You start to lose value in your gift and craft, and that can be sad. So anyways, it's just one of those days where God, take the wheel, like, tell me what to do. And I kid you not, the owner of the theater walked in that day and said, "Hey, Lorrie Morgan's coming to town. I want you to open for her.
Oh.
And to me, that was huge because
Wow.
my parents, thank the Lord, they raised me on all the great country music.
Oh, good.
Keith, Lorrie, Merle, Loretta,
Yes.
all of those legends. And so it was a major deal. So my whole family came to Lubbock, everybody, to be there for this show.
Yeah.
And long story short, I got up there, just me and my guitar. I didn't even think I'd get to meet her at all. You know, I was just happy to be playing before her, you know.
Yeah.
So in the middle of my set, I'm playing, and I look over in the wings, and she's sitting on a stool just like this, just watching me. And I about peed down both my legs in that moment. Couldn't believe
That's
it.
crazy.
And I got off stage right after my set, and she said, "Little bit, I want you to come on the road with me tonight, and we're going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You think you can jump on the bus and open the show with Jesse Keith, my son, tomorrow?" And obviously, I was just started crying, and it was such an overwhelming emotional thing. Just want to, again, just only God can make those things happen. My family, my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, and my parents, they went all around Lubbock finding me stuff. I didn't have anything to take on the bus with me. They literally snatched me up and loaded me
that night
on the bus. She got done with her show, and they said, "Hop on." And so my parents and Hayden had gotten my toothbrush, my pajamas, threw me on, and then they followed the bus 7 hours all the way to Tulsa.
And they got to go to the next night.
And they got to go, and it was just magical, and we got to sit backstage. We were on the bill with Mark Chestnut that next night, too, which was also just like, what is life right now?
Yeah.
And so backstage, Mark was on, and it was just Lorrie and I, just one of those moments you just dream of, you know, of being with one of your heroes, sitting just like you and I
That's
are, and
crazy.
she's telling me, like, "I believe in you so much, I want to help you." And I've been with her ever since, essentially, since that night. We lost a year with COVID, you know.
Yeah.
Then after COVID happened, made the move up to Nashville, and she
Tour and
took me
picked back up. And
yeah, well, and actually it's crazy because, sorry, I can be really ranty and rambly,
Keep going.
but I love stories.
Yes, me
and
too.
But my husband has an aunt and uncle that still live in Nashville, and so we weren't even living in Nashville at the time.
Oh, okay.
And so they said, "Hey, y'all come house sit for us," because they have a little cabin in Wisconsin they go to for the summer. And they said, "Hey, y'all can live here rent free for the summer and come to y'all staying in Nashville if y'all want, as long as you take care of the yard." And so we went, and I just called Kai, our tour manager, who then was not my tour manager at all. Just called him and said, "Hey, Hayden and I are coming to town. I'd love to get lunch with you, just see how you guys are doing."
Yeah.
He said, "I can do you one better." And he had called Lorrie, and Lorrie said, "Bring her on the road with us for the summer." And so I just started running merch. I told him, "I'll run merch. I'll mind my own. I just want to be here. I just want to be around and learn."
Yeah.
And they did. And they took me on, which was so generous. Like not many artists do that. You know,
that's why it's a God thing.
It really
It has
is.
to. There's no way that it's so orchestrated for you to be at that place at that time. For her to be sitting on the side of the stage.
Every piece of it.
Every
and
piece
Jesse,
of the puzzle.
that night, when I opened for her that first night, he
Yeah.
came over. He was there too, which is awesome. He came over to me at the end, and he said, "You have to know, this is out of the norm. Like, this typically doesn't happen.
Oh, wow.
She's typically on her bus, you know, and she just felt the need to come out and hear." So, and then that just, sends chills up your spine. But yeah, man, so I did for that summer. I just ran merch, and she'd have me open for her from time to time.
Yeah.
And then I had to fill in for one of the band members. They had gotten sick.
Right.
And me knowing her stuff, because I grew up on it, it was just so much fun. I got the call 48 hours in advance, like, "Hey, can you do this show?" And I was kind of a last resort. They had called all their other musician friends, and he said, not to be Todd, our band leader, he's like, "Not anything against you, but you're our last hope. Like, do you think you can just jump on and just play some rhythm and sing harmony?" So I did, and we were in we went to the Texas run, so my family got to be there and see it, which was cool. And then, long story long, she brought me to the back of the bus at the end of that run and said, "I want you to be a full-time member of my band. I think this could really help you and get you on bigger stages, and I still want to continue to mentor you and do your thing as well." And my goodness, has she ever mentored me.
Wow.
Oh, it's been the best 3 years of my life.
To be able to pick her brain, to
Oh
ask
my
her the ins and
gosh.
outs.
We stay up, I kid you not, every night we stay up. Like tonight we're going to do it. It's our most favorite part of being on the road because her and I will stay up until 2 a.m.
Oh, wow.
I'm just a sponge, man. I just soak it all in, and she will, I'm on the floor. We're both on the floor laughing.
Oh, wow.
Crying because we're laughing, or crying because we're talking about really meaningful, deep things. And it's really cool, man.
And that shows you the type of person, and I've bragged on her before on the show, that Lorrie Morgan is.
Absolutely.
You know, she is I'm just going to call it like it is, and I've told Jesse, she is a superstar. Her name is still known, and I told her the first time me and her hung out, I said, Lorrie, you're a legend, and don't let anyone ever take that away from you.
Same, absolutely.
You know, and so, so that is awesome. But just this past year, you got to be in that circle at the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh my gosh, which was the dream, the biggest dream I've ever had.
Yeah.
Ever, and I couldn't believe it.
It was Christmas time.
It was
December?
Christmas time. Best Christmas gift
Yeah.
ever. I told him when I stepped in the circle, I told her, and I looked her right in the eyes, and I said, other than the moment I gave my life to Jesus and the moment I married my husband, this moment is the greatest moment of my life.
Yes.
And I meant every word
You
of
did.
it.
I watched it on the Opry. And
It's unbelievable, man. And I'm sure she's an Opry member, and goodness, the stories she has. But man, getting to frequent the Opry with her, and even just it's just one of those things. I try to soak it in, and I wish I could freeze frame time every time we're there.
Yeah.
Just being to the side and being just a member of being allowed to step on. I don't know how they allow me to be anywhere near them anywhere near that stage.
It really is a big deal.
It's huge.
Especially for an artist.
It's
I know what you mean.
Yes, and so the view from my eyes, I wish I could share with the world, because to have a living legend like her standing in that circle and those lights are beaming, and it's just, and then to see all these people and the circle, and then your best friends playing music with you, become your family, and it's just, there's nothing like it.
Oh, yeah. I bet. That sends chills over me just thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when, and you really are an artist. And what I mean by that is that you, I know that you have so much of you have a love for 90s country too, don't you?
Oh my gosh, heart and soul, for sure.
So, growing up in Texas, who are some 90s country that you remember listening to, whether it was with your parents or...
Yeah, well, other than the obvious.
Yes,
I mean, Lorrie,
I'm
not just saying it because I work for her now, but she was top of the list for sure.
I had the
Lorrie,
Warpaint album.
Yes.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I owned Warpaint.
Something in Red.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then Keith. Which I mean, that was actually more 80s.
Yeah.
But still.
Always
had him going. Reba, our girl Reba. That's my mom's girl right there. Reba and Lorrie between the two.
Did you ever?
Tillis,
Oh, okay.
Who we now work
friends with,
which is
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
Trisha Yearwood.
Yeah.
Terry Clark.
I love Terry.
Leanne Womack. Oh, Lord
And I love some Leanne Womack.
And then there's some guys. Oh, tons of the guys too. I don't know why I'm all blanking.
Hey, my guys were like the Billy Deans, the Brian Whites.
Yeah.
The Diamond Rios.
Diamond.
You know.
Oh man.
But
Travis Tritt.
Yes.
Gosh, Toby Keith.
I know. That was
the
awesome.
list is endless. I mean,
it is. 90s country is a genre of its own.
Yes, it truly
really is. You know.
And oh my gosh, I feel like it's. I don't know. There's been hints of it coming back. I think.
It is.
I've heard a lot of Jody Messina.
Yes.
Oh man.
We saw her a few months ago. Sold it out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she is phenomenal.
Yeah. We were with her at Key Western Fest last week.
Yeah.
They had an all-female
I know. All-female, from Tuesday through Saturday.
Winona, Tanya Tucker.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. They're all coming back to me.
That's crazy that they had that's incredible.
It is incredible.
For an all-female, and it was mainly 90s country artists.
For the most part.
part.
Yeah.
Dina Carter was there, Susie Bogus.
Oh, Susie.
Y'all were there the night with Jody, Pam, and Jamie O'Neill?
Jamie O'Neill. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Jamie O'Neill too.
All of them powerhouses.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
man, you just can't beat it.
What was the weather like?
Beautiful. So much so I didn't even feel like I was in America.
I've never been.
I thought I was like in like Mexico or something.
Did y'all take the bus all the way?
We did.
Oh,
yeah, because
wow.
we had a show in Orange Park,
Okay,
Florida, the
yeah.
night before.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Yeah,
busted all over
man.
there, all over the big old bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
That was my first time there too.
Yeah, I've never been.
I wish we could have stayed longer.
Oh yeah, it definitely makes you feel like you're in the Caribbean, you know.
Oh, 100%.
So that's awesome. Was it a Grits and Glamour, or did Lorrie and Pam have their separate sets?
It was separate, which was a really cool dynamic
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I've actually never seen
A full Pam show?
A full Pam
Yeah.
show, and our great friends are musicians for her as well. And
Yeah.
so it was really cool to get
that's
to
awesome.
see each other
Yeah.
do our separate things.
Yeah.
We're used to playing together.
Oh,
So that was
yeah.
a really neat
She probably
dynamic.
gets to sing a few more of the hits than she would at Grits and Glamour, I get, you know.
Yeah, both of them
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. And then Pam actually came and sang a song with Lorrie.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
They do this beautiful song called "I'm a Woman" that Mary Sue England wrote. I don't know.
Oh, it's on one of the records, isn't
Yes,
it?
Doe Stevens.
Yes, yes,
and,
yes.
Oh, it brings tears to my eyes
Yeah.
every time they
Oh,
sing
that's
it
cool.
together. It was.
Did you
really
get to
special.
play during that one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to keep your composure sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious. I'm constantly pinching myself.
You have to be.
Every day. I'm like,
Yeah.
God, thank you. This is crazy.
That is
So,
crazy. Your faith plays a big important part of your life.
Massive.
And you were raised in church? Did you start singing as a kid in church?
I did. Church was a big part of it. I started singing when I was about 5 years old.
Yeah.
All the men on my dad's side of the family. My dad taught me to play guitar.
Oh, nice.
My grandfather played.
So
my
you have
great-uncles.
musicians in the
I
family.
did. They never did it professionally. It was
Yeah.
all just like campfire,
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
reunion, which I loved. I would sit in between my dad and his guitar in his lap and just listen. They were singing all the classics,
Yeah.
the Conway Twitties, the Merle Haggards,
Yes.
George Jones. It was amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
And then as I got older, and I didn't start really taking it seriously till I was 12.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we were very involved in church, and so started singing. They had me come sing, and I would lead worship at our old Baptist church.
Oh, wow.
First Baptist in Merkel with me
Yeah.
and my guitar as an 8th grader, freshman in high school.
Oh, wow.
Leading the hymns. And I learned to sing harmony
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
I would lead with some family friends of ours there.
Right.
Taught me how to sing some harmony.
love that.
And, the faith, man, you mentioned that. It is a massive,
Yeah.
it's the only reason I can say I'm here.
Mhm.
That's 100% what I
Yeah.
credit all of it to.
I love that.
And God's good, man.
He is.
And I believe I may not be the best, there's always people who are going to be better and sing better and play
Yeah.
better. But I believe that God truly gives us gifts
Mhm.
and that we are meant to use them. And
Yes.
I believe that this is the gift He's given me. And
No
I
doubt.
hope that I can further His kingdom by using it. And I hope that He can just continue to use me as long as He'll let me.
You're anointed.
I appreciate
You are. You're
that.
anointed,
I
and
am.
I sense it. I get cold chills just thinking about it now because I've seen you before, and just how when you're talking to someone, you just feel their spirit, and you're anointed. God has got a huge plan for you, and the doors He's opening, you've not seen nothing yet. He's going to go above and beyond what you've ever thought possible.
That means
You
more.
know,
God
and
willing.
so,
I hope.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But tell us about this year in 24. Are you recording anything? Are you working in the studio? And you and your husband are writing songs,
We
I'm
are.
sure.
We write a lot together. I actually recorded a song. Lorrie got me in the studio last year,
Yes.
actually, and recorded a song of mine called Pinocchios, which is it was just something that started out as like a journal entry and turned into a song. And I played it for her, and she said, "Please let us get you in the studio."
Oh,
And
wow.
we went in just thinking it was gonna be maybe like a demo we could just share with
Sure.
other songwriters around town, see,
Yeah.
get their thoughts, and we ended up loving it. And the guy who produced that, his name is Bobby Terry,
Yeah.
and phenomenal. He did everything on it, and it's 100%. All of my songs are 100% of my heart, but this
Yeah.
one is just very special,
Yeah.
and we're hoping to release it within the next month or two.
Oh,
so I'm excited.
there you go.
It's a slower song. It's not something you would typically think of when someone's dropping
Yeah.
a single. You think, oh, it'll be like a really smash, like
Yeah, yeah.
like a
Right.
upbeat thing. It's very much more of just a kind of a really just
I'm intrigued by the
meaningful
title.
song. It's about.
I'm intrigued.
I was just journaling one day, man, and I was just thinking, like, goodness. It's the verse, Romans 12:2, I believe, where it's like, don't conform to the patterns
Yeah.
of this world. And
But be transformed by
but
the
be
renewing
transformed,
of your mind.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I just found myself just so defeated because I was guilty of just, we're all guilty of kind of conforming to the
Yeah.
way the world
No
is
doubt.
trying to, manipulate our minds and our thoughts and everything. And I just was kind of feeling the whole weight of that. And I was like, man, we're all just being, the world's pulling our puppet
Yeah.
strings, man,
Yeah.
and we're all guilty of it.
Yeah.
We're all Pinocchios.
Yeah.
We can lie to ourselves all day and say,
Oh, man.
say we're not, but we
That
we
sounds.
are.
I cannot wait to hear this.
Thank you.
Oh, so this is coming out pretty soon.
Hopefully, we're working on it. Hopefully
Yeah.
the next month or two,
Oh, wow.
like I said. So I'm.
Did Lorrie help produce it?
She did. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the one who really kickstarted the thing,
Yeah.
and she went with me to the studio and everything.
That's
was there
awesome.
for the whole process,
Oh,
which
wow.
is it was really cool to
Yeah.
be in the recording booth and just see her in there, and
Mhm.
she's just cheering you on.
Yeah.
Man. There's nothing like one of your heroes.
Oh,
being,
no doubt.
being one of your biggest cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, man. Wow.
and I'm thankful.
No doubt. Yeah, I bet you do pinch yourself a lot. don't you?
Every day, man. I'm not even joking. It's crazy.
Now, on your social media, where can we send people to on Facebook?
Yeah.
Morgan Spears.
Morgan Spears. That's
Yep.
Spears as in Brittany.
Yeah.
On Facebook, Instagram,
Okay.
TikTok,
Yeah.
all the fun
Yeah.
things, man.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen her and her husband post videos of them singing and
Yes.
stuff. It's really cool.
he's incredible.
He is great, by
He
the way.
really is.
Yeah.
I'm more on the country side of things
Yeah.
for sure, and he's more like Americana folk.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we write a lot together. We're actually going to do some recording with each other this
Yeah.
year, and hopefully come out with a little fun husband
Oh,
and
that's
wife
awesome.
side project.
That's
so,
awesome.
But,
Yeah, he's really good. So tell him I said that because
I will.
I did.
will.
I
He'll be
was.
happy
I
to
had.
hear
Of
that.
course, I had to investigate before we actually did the interview.
Oh.
So I had to. So I saw some really cool stuff of you and him.
We can, especially me, I can be really ridiculous on some things that I saw. There's no telling what
Oh,
you saw
man.
when you investigated. Oh
I
my
love
gosh,
it.
I'm
I
a
love
mess.
Now y'all just got married last year?
July.
July.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It was magical.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Which I can't. It's already been 6 months, which is crazy.
But y'all dated for a while.
We did about
Yeah.
5 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was my first kiss, my first
Yeah.
boyfriend. He's
Oh,
my
yeah.
first
That's
and
awesome.
be my last. So
Man.
he's an answered
I
prayer.
bet
He's
y'all
my
do make some
best
good
friend.
music. I
Oh
bet
my
there's some
gosh,
songs
and that's
that.
why it works.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we truly are just
Chemistry.
each other's best friend, and it just comes so easy.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to co-write a lot of times with people that I have to really be deeply
Right.
connected, or
Yeah.
people that I can be really vulnerable with, and obviously
Right.
him being my husband, it's a
Yeah.
no-brainer. And
Yeah.
so it's just, it's not even, it doesn't even feel like work. It just all flows.
Yeah.
And, he's unbelievable. I can't say enough great things
That's
about who he
awesome.
is just as a person.
Yeah.
The most patient. If I could sum him up and wrap him up in a bow with one phrase, it would just be he's so Christ-like.
Oh,
just
that's great.
anything.
Yeah.
As you know, we're not perfect, but
Right.
I believe he dang sure is super close to being.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
really
yeah.
sets that example.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
sets the bar.
Y'all have got to check out their videos. Morgan, this has been an honor for me.
Oh, likewise.
We've got to let you get ready for the big show tonight. As you can see behind us, the stage looks great.
They got the fog machine
Woo!
full force.
Yeah.
right.
We're at the Ruby anniversary tour with Lorrie,
So exciting.
celebrating the big 40 years of being a Grand Ole Opry member.
Unbelievable.
Hey, did you know I got to tell her that before she found out?
She didn't even know.
No. And it was Claire didn't tell me. So we're doing the interview back in November, and I said, well, here it says in June 8th or 9th, the Grand Ole Opry is going to have a Lorrie Morgan night celebrating. And she just looks at the camera. She's like, I was like, wait a second, did you just now finding this out? She's like, yeah. And I said,
shocking.
I said, Lorrie, are you joking right now? You just found out on my podcast that, and I said, man. She goes, oh, it's okay. I said, it's okay. I want to make some money off this.
Oh my gosh,
awesome.
She's a hoot, man. Now, how legendary to just like, 40 years?
Yeah,
like, right?
yeah. She's like,
I
said, she goes, it's okay. No one told me. It's okay.
Right?
I'm like, Lorrie, Ruby.
Right, yeah. It's your
40th
Ruby,
anniversary.
That's incredible.
But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you. This is, man, I wish we had more time.
Oh, we're going to. We will later
Okay.
this year. I know I'll bring you and your husband on, and we'll talk songwriting, and you'll have your single out by then.
I hope so. That's the goal.
But we will. We'll be promoting your socials for sure, so that before then people can go ahead and start following y'all, because I give my stamp of approval.
Oh, and that means so much, truly, coming from you. This has been an honor. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
You're the best.
All right, and go do an amazing job tonight.
Thank you.
It's
I'm going to
awesome.
try. My dad tells me before every show, don't suck.
Oh,
Don't
what?
suck.
Yeah.
So,
Hey.
I'm going to try not to suck.
I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Woo! Sweet.
They say don't get too close to the fire. I might get burned a little, but